with being good at football or running the marathon, exercise is walking to work. It's riding your bike to school instead of taking the bus, etc., etc. Exercise is walking in stairs instead of taking the elevator. I try to do something every day, but I don't compete. I play some soccer, but just for fun, and then I run. I don't participate in the marathons, nothing like that. And then I walk a lot, like 15,000 steps a day. So I walk to work and I walk to the library and then I walk with some friends in the evening or so. The difficult stuff about exercise is that we are lazy by nature. We should be lazy because we have died from starvation. We have evolved to eat all the calories we can and save them. We are born to be lazy. And the more you learn about this biology, the more you can work around it. That's why I mean by walking to work, because if you build it into your life, then you don't start negotiating every time that should I do this or not. You just do it. You know, if I in my couch watch Netflix and I think should I go for a run, then I have 1,000 excuses. Maybe my knee is a little bad, or maybe my ankle, maybe I twisted it a couple of years ago, maybe that damage will, start hurting me, etc. And then I lie in the couch. So I'm an expert at finding excuses for myself. And then I realized, okay, how should I sort of work around that? Well, that must be to build it in my life. We are, and you can actually prescribe exercise as a treatment for depression. So if a patient has a mild depression, for instance, then I can prescribe exercise. And what they get is a paper, and they take it to the gym, and they say that, and they go to the participant classes. Perhaps it's 25 minutes, it's low intensity, 3 times a week or something like that. And that is being prescribed more than 140,000 times every year. It's not just for depressions, it's for cardiovascular disease and diabetes, but it's being used more and more for depression. And there are several psychiatric clinics which has started to implement exercise as part of the treatment. That doesn't mean that they don't use medication. They do. They use both of it, and they also use therapy. What is important is that if you are severely depressed or very anxious, then you can't exercise. It's not possible. You will not, you don't have the energy to it. I think the most important role of exercise is to prevent depressions and anxiety from the beginning. The brain is the organ in the body that is most affected by physical exercise. So exercise doesn't only make us feel better, that's something everyone has experienced, but it improves all our cognitive functions. It makes us more creative, it improves our memory, it makes us more focused. Because I hate when someone tells me how I should live my life. If I interpret something as, someone is telling me this and this, I immediately kick back at that, and I said, I'm not going to listen to that. That's just how I function. So I did not want these books to have any kind of do this, do that. It's just more like, this is how it works. This is the benefits you will get. You decide what to do with this information. There was a guy who came up on me at the airport. I will never forget. And then he read a book I wrote, and he started up running. And from that, he was able to cut down his drinking. He said that, you should have written this book 10 years ago. And that was one of those moments that you feel like, I have to continue doing this. But people come up every day, several times, and say that these books and TV programs have changed their lives. And they say, and I always tell them that I have not changed your life, you have changed your life. Maybe I have pushed you a little bit in a direction by showing you information in a certain way, so that you could understand it and realize what you should do yourself. There's so much power in this knowledge. This knowledge needs to be outside the laboratories. It needs to be outside the hospitals, because it's about us.